Hello friends, this is Harish Mohwakar here, and today we will learn about press reports. These reports are related to accidents, natural calamities and college activities. So, three types of reports we will learn. First of all, we should know what is meant by press reports. Well, every day you read newspapers, no? But hardly we pay attention how it is written, and hence we need to know how to write a report. If we pay attention, we'll read the report closely, at least we get some ideas and about its format. Well, report writing is a skill. If we know it, we will be able to write a report. So, what is included in a skill? We should first of all know a very good command over English language or any language, whatever the language in which you want to write. So first of all, command over language is required, and then you need to have observation of an event, and then you must be able to analyze it. You must have logic, and then how to put it in particular order. Moreover, even though there are only facts, creativity is also required. And for that, if you know the reality well, you will be able to write a report very well. Now, report writing is not only done for press reports. I mean, the report you are sending to newspapers is a press report. But in day-to-day life, wherever you work, any workplace is there, you need to write reports at your workplaces also. Better if we learn how to write, it will be very easy for us. Here you will find an example of a report. Just observe it. What do you find? Perhaps you will not be very clear what do you see. But if I show you, then you will come to know. First of all, you will find there is a heading. It is the first part of a report. Whenever you start writing a report, you have to write first of all a heading. Here you will find this type of a heading: record 28,637 fresh COVID-19 cases push India tally to 8.49 lakhs. So this is the heading. Notice it. The heading is written in big letters. Other letters are very small, maybe 11 point or 12 points, but heading is big and it is also written into bold letters. Moreover, heading should be, it is like title. As the title is short and suggestive, same way, heading of a report should be short and suggestive. It should suggest the event. You must be able to give a clear-cut idea about the particular event. So information should be put into a short way. And that is how any reader, even though reads only headlines, he will come to know. You know, often we read newspapers, but hardly we go deep into the particular information. Just go through headlines and that's all about the reading newspaper. So headings are very important. It is the first part. Now if you go deep into the report, after the heading you will find another heading. It is known as subheading. Its fonts are smaller than the headlines. Here you will find that 551 fatalities take a death toll to 22,674 cases. So that is a subtitle, subheading. So in any report, first of all heading, and then there may be, I am using the word maybe. It means it is not necessary to write subtitle, subheading. But if you are able to give it, then it would be better. So heading, subtitles, and then important detail should be put. Now, what do you find below the heading or subheading? Then this is a smaller one. I will make it somewhat bigger so you will be able to see it. Look, there is a name of place. It is mentioned as New Delhi, and then there are colon. So place must be mentioned, and then there is a news agency. Means who is giving you the news? A reporter, a news agency, a bureau report, or PTI, etc. So name of the place and name of the agency should be mentioned. Even date is also mentioned. Here this particular newspaper has a policy, and that's why they have not mentioned the date, because date is written in the front page. Hence many newspapers don't mention the date. But in the examination, because we want to know whether you know how to write a report or not, that's why you give date and place and particular way to put it. Now name of news agency you should put at the left side, and the date and the particular place of the event, I mean New Delhi or any place, that should be written to the right side. So heading, then subheading if it is required, otherwise place, date and news agency's name should be mentioned. Now if you read Gujarati newspaper, then perhaps they may give you all these details, but national newspapers, because they are having a wide kind of a readers, and they have also a particular policy, that's why they follow it and they don't mention all these things. Here is one more report, and you will find there is a heading, and then there is subheading is given above the title. So look, this is creativity, what I call. It is not necessary that a heading should be, subheading should be below the heading. It may be anywhere else. Even in between the reports, it can also be put. Now, after these things, heading, then reporter's name, place, and date, and then the first paragraph begins. Now, first paragraph is known as lead, or you can say basic lead. Now, lead means what? The first paragraph, or you can say it is a summary of the particular event. Most of the things are mentioned there, but it is a short one. So this is a lead. If you are interested, then it can lead you to the report into deep. Basic things should be mentioned in the lead. Now what basic things? What first paragraph indicates? Sometimes there is only one line, and sometimes there may be more than one lines, maybe 2 or 3 lines, or maybe 5 lines also. It depends what sort of an event has taken place. How to write? Remember, there are some question words, interrogative words. There are basically 6 words we will keep in mind, or you can say WH questions. Now there are 5 W's and 1 H. They may help you to write a lead or the first paragraph. The question words are what, where, when, why, who, and how. These are the words which will help you. It means you have to ask questions to the particular event. What has happened? Where has it happened? What is the time that it has taken place? What is the cause? Who are the persons involved into that particular event or happening? And how that particular event has taken place. Now remember that when you write the lead, basic lead, first paragraph, short summary of the report, remember that it must be very suggestive as well as attractive too. But keep in mind, to make it attractive, don't exaggerate the things. As far as possible, avoid it. Otherwise, whatever things are mentioned in the lead, the reader may not find interesting in the following things. What sort of language will be helpful to write a lead? Then use active voice sentences, means directly you mention that this is how things have taken place. Now keep in mind also, because it is a summary, the things are important. We want to know what basic ideas are, and that's why people name are not mentioned. Their identity is not important, because for us event is important. What has happened, that is important. Now the first paragraph is or the title and other things are given different names. For example, we have introduced first paragraph as a basic lead. Sometimes the title and the other things don't mention particular things. That type of lead or the report or the heading is known as label lead. Now, how to understand this label lead? A label lead means it is a kind of a label. From label, you just get the idea of a heading. A topic is also mentioned, and other details are not mentioned. Uh, and then sometimes, as far as possible, you read the label line, you will not come to know what is the detail in it. It means important details are missing there. Only label tells something about the happening. Here I will give you the example. uh, the CM to visit Surat today. So this is how, look, the heading is given. This is a kind of a label heading or label lead. From the heading we only get only small idea, no detail is provided. For it you will have to go deeper into the matter. Another lead is known as summary news lead. It is different than the label lead. Label lead points out like a label, only important detail, only mentioning the particular thing, not so much detail. In summary news, there are the things they put in such a way that common reader is lured. He is attracted to read the heading. Otherwise, the reader may not have interest, he may avoid it, he will not like to read it, but the reporters know how to get in the readers into the details. So they give such titles that the reader will not be able to avoid it. And that sort of lead is known as a summary. So here one particular aspect is stressed. When I say particular means unusual, because it is unusual, it is a report, and that is a news, and that leads the reader to read the particular summary, I mean summary lead. Here is the example. 25 variety on one single mango tree. If we read this, otherwise we are not interested how many varieties of a mango can have, what sort of things are there, but one mango tree and 25 variety of a mango you will find on one tree. This type of label, this type of heading will lead the reader into the details. Another example is here. An unmatched postman walks 20 kilometers every day. Here we are not interested in postmen, but here is something new. So here you will find that there is a postman. Nowadays postmen don't walk, they have bicycle or a bike, and hardly they will have to walk a few kilometers only. But here you will be surprised that a postman walks 20 kilometers every day. So that is how it is leading the readers into deep to read the details. So that is how different types, different way of writing the first paragraph. Lead or basic lead, label lead, and summary. That is how we can analyze it. Now if you understand them well, then you will be able to answer the questions, especially to MCQs. So After that summary, that first paragraph, whatever you have written, WH questions are there, and then begin to elaborate them one by one. You will be able to describe it well. For example, where it happened, write a paragraph. When it happened, write a paragraph. How it happened, write a paragraph. So picking up one by one and writing few lines about it will make the report, and that is how you can complete the report. Now, because you are the student, you are not the reporter, you have not seen the things, then how things will be helpful to write a report? Well, here is one way. Imagine that you are a reporter, or imagine you are standing at the particular place and things have taken place before your eyes. Imagine that these things are taking place before your eyes. It will help you how the things have happened. It will help you how to write. And that is how an advanced view will you have to look at the things, and automatically things become easy because you are witness of the particular things. You haven't to involve yourself into the happenings, and that's why reporters are always writing the reports in an objective style. Their feelings and emotions are not important, and hence, because the report is to be written in objective way, words and phrases must indicate that you are objective. So neutrality must be maintained. Even though sometimes the reporters ask particular people and they are giving you details, some officials are there, they also provide you details, but their names are not mentioned. The problem is that sometimes unnecessarily the officials are put into troubles, and the reporters don't want to put them in such a situation, because once they get information, and then next day also they will have to go to the particular place and demand the information, and if they are troubled they will not provide you the details, and hence the names of officials are not mentioned, provided that they are ready or they agree to name them, then names can be mentioned. So to be objective in writing, you will find particular type of cliches or paragraphs or phrases. In any newspaper you will find this type of phrase, according to the sources, or sometimes you will find other phrases like an official said, the information received reveals. Such words are written, and if you want to put whatever somebody has said, then quotation can also be used. Inverted commas will indicate the spoken words as it is, ditto to ditto, into the report. There are other phrases also we find in press reports. For example, when the last report came in, it is expected that our reporter informs, or the bureau report adds. Read the report very closely, observe it. You will find these phrases in most of the reports, and because they are very common, they are known as cliche words, or you can also call them jargons. Now jargons are nothing but it is a kind of a terminology. Most of the journalists use them in their writing, and as I told you, our deep reading will explain how it is written. Now, a reporter writes in a particular way. As we find report printed in newspaper, that is not the way a reporter writes. He is writing plainly as you write in the examination or on a plain paper. So, but reporter knows that his details would be printed, and each newspaper have a particular method to put the details, and we find columns and rows. Generally 8 columns are there in a newspaper, and there are many rows. And because they are put into columns, reports are or paragraphs are written in a short way. Short paragraphs are used. Now, this is the duty of an editor or the editor who decides. Even though the reporter may have given the heading, subheading, other details, same thing can be also printed, and many a time the editor changes headings, subheadings. He wishes to change according to the policy of the newspaper. So photographs are put, and sometimes blocks are made, charts are made, graphs are given, and all these things help a reader to understand the particular detail. And that is how the report becomes attractive. The reader is led to read. So that is how any report can be written. Remember, this is the way, this is the style, this is the skill. Many things are involved into it. It is not only one skill, many skills are put into practice, and that's why report writing is considered a skill. It is a written report, and we shall go for various types of reports. We want to write it. Sometimes we also have oral reports, but oral reports we easily forget. All the things we are unable to put, and the problem is that in oral report, that the listener is having no choice of details, or he is unable to analyze and assess the things. If he has a printed things, if he has a written report, he can go through it and try to understand it. So this is how you understand how a report is written. Well, I think everything regarding the press report is very clear. In the next episode, we shall go for the practical work. It means in the examinations, only MCQs will be asked from the theory. You haven't to learn by heart the theory. Theory will not be asked in the examination. Only practical work is asked. So thank you very much. We meet in the next episode, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.